Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Eustace Farmer, and yes, Sandy Bay is available for all of you wonderful farming simulator enthusiasts. It's available on the in-game Mod Hub menu and on the Giants website for download. This video is a special request by a subscriber of mine. His name is Sean Hardinson, and I have to knock myself on the head because I was thinking, why of all maps have I not done this before? But we're going to remedy that today. So that being said, we're not going to do a traditional map tour because I've already done one. I will link it in the description, and also in the top right corner of your screen you're going to see a little white information icon. And as I'm saying this, a little banner will slide out. You don't have to click it now, but after this video is finished, you can click on that icon at any time, go over and watch the map tour that I did on the pre-release version. Now I would also like to make a special request from you all. I will link down in the description the Farming Simulator website page for OxyenDavid's map Sandy Bay. Please follow that and go over there and give him a 5-star rating on the map. I also find it a much faster download to go through the website than through the in-game Mod Hub menu. So there are advantages to doing that, but I assure you, if you haven't played this map before, take my word for it, it is well worth a 5-star rating and beyond. And once you get in there and you soak it in and you have a look around, you won't be disappointed. There's things that he has introduced in this map that have never been done before. There's new creatures roaming about, animated. There's thunderstorms. He's created his own custom thunderstorms for this map. He's also created his own custom mesh to allow for clouds to move. So you will find moving clouds throughout the map. So please take the time to look up when you're going through the map. And I think the best vantage point for this is go up on top of the cliff where the lighthouse is, make it sunset, and then just have a look around. It's absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking. So all this being said, you're going to see plenty of map tours come up on your alert today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you join me for a little journey into the real Sandy Bay, and we're going to have a look around and see what elements OxyenDavid has pulled from the real area and brought into the game. So we're going to take care of that right after this.
Don't know what is wrong with me.
Alrighty, so if you thought I was going to start right in with the Google Map Tour, you just crazy. I think it's important if you're really going to spend a lot of time on this map and become a pseudo Sandy Bay resident or a Devonite, that you should know a little bit about the area. And some of it is quite fascinating, and some of it might even give you a little bit of a chuckle. So I'd like to share some of that with you. And again, I'm not going to go through every living last thing. I'm just going to highlight some things and leave links in the description, and you can go and check out any and all of this. Now, everything you see that's in blue, you can actually right-click on it and then open link in a new tab. That way you're not navigated away from the page, and you can read the little footnotes on each one of these highlights. So Devon, also known as Devonshire, which was formerly its common and official name, is a county of England reaching from the Bristol Channel in the north to the English Channel in the south. It's part of southwest England, bounded by Cornwall to the west, Somerset to the northeast, and Dorset to the east. The city of Exeter is a county town. 7 other districts of East Devon, Mid Devon, North Devon, South Hams, Tainbridge, Torridge, and West Devon are under jurisdiction of Devon County Council, Plymouth. Now, one of the really cool things is a lot of the names of these towns are not too far away from me here where I live on the east coast of America. I don't live too far from a town called Devon here in America, and a couple of states to the north of me, one being New Hampshire, they have Plymouth, so does Massachusetts, but New Hampshire also has Exeter. So there are a tremendous amount of similarities, and to be fair, there's a lot of towns, especially in the colony states along the coast here, that are named after their mother regions in England. So quite fascinating. So the north and south coasts of Devon each have both cliffs and sandy shores, and the county's bays contain seaside resorts, fishing towns, and ports. So here's a little historical interest. Devon was one of the first areas of Great Britain settled following the end of the last ice age. I mean, wow. Kent's Cavern in Torbay is one of the earliest places in England known to have been occupied by modern man. And some of the things I talked about in my debut video, the pre-release video, about the Romans and the Anglo-Saxons and the Normans and all that, it's all here. So please do check this out. So in later history, in 1549, the Prayer Book Rebellion caused deaths of thousands of people in Devon and Cornwall during the English Reformation. Churches in Devon officially became affiliated with the Church of England. Now, speaking of religion, for my Jewish viewers, despite its small Jewish population, Devon is also noted for containing two of Britain's oldest synagogues, located in Plymouth and Exeter, built in 1762 and 1763, respectively. So here's their coat of arms over here to the right, and here is their flag, which was just adopted in 2006, so pretty recent. So let's get down to a couple of the even more interesting subjects. Cuisine. The county has given its name to a number of culinary specialties. The Devonshire cream tea, involving scones, jam, and clotted cream. It's thought to have originated in Devon, through claims also have been made for neighboring countries. In other countries, such as Australia and New Zealand, it's known as a Devonshire tea in Australia. And Devon is the name for a luncheon meat, processed ham. So let's go down to a little sport here. Devon has been home to a number of customs, such as its own form of Devon wrestling, similar in some ways to Cornish wrestling. As recently as the 19th century, a crowd of 17,000 at Devonport near Plymouth attended a match between the champions of Devon and Cornwall. I bet that's quite exciting. I would love to see that. Another Devon sport was out hurling, which is played in some regions until the 20th century, e.g. 1952 at Great Torrington. Other ancient customs which still survive include Dartmoor step dancing and crying the neck. Now, I like this crying the neck, and I looked that up, and in some ways, with no insult intended, it gave me a little bit of a chuckle. Crying the neck is a harvest festival tradition practiced in the Duchy of Cornwall, Britain. The tradition was also once popular in the county of Devon, but its practice there has since died out. In those days, the whole of the reaping had to be done either with hook or with scythe. The harvest, in consequence, often lasted for many weeks. When the time came to cut down the last handful of standing corn, one of the reapers would lift up a bunch high above his head and call out in a loud voice, "I have'n! I have'n!" The rest would then shout, "What have ye? What have ye? What have ye?" And the reply would be, "A neck, a neck, a neck." In other words, hallelujah, it's done. So I thought that was pretty cool. Everyone then joined in shouting, "Hurrah, hurrah for the neck, hurrah for Mr. So-and-so," and they would call out the farmer's name. That's pretty cool. All right, so now that we've had a little look at the wiki of the area, let's go ahead and dive in to some 3D photos of the area. Alrighty, so here we are. We finally arrived at the part where many of you probably skipped forward to see. Caught ya. This is Sandy Bay proper. So let's go ahead and see what we can get into that's 3D here. This place, in my opinion, is devastatingly beautiful. Definitely going to add this on my bucket list of places to go. Let me see if I can get out of the bush here. Here we are. So let's travel down over here and see if we can get a look at the bay itself. So here's a sign. Sandy Cove Hotel. Cream teas. We read about that. See? You need to know the history. Otherwise you'd be saying, "What's a cream tea?" This place just has so much charm. I mean, the whole of England, I gotta tell you. America has its charms too, but being that I've never been to England, I am especially just captivated by it. Thank you for visiting Sandy Cove Hotel. Safe journey home. Oh, that car's been through better days. So sadly, it's hard to get on some of the beach areas down here because the Google car with the globe on the roof can't get down there. There we are. get ourselves a street view. The beautiful, beautiful old buildings. There you go. Postcard view. Got the farm fields in the back there, the grass. But as you can see from this overhead picture, in the new version of Sandy Bay, people were complaining about the gray cliffs, that they're not white any longer like they were in the 15 version. Well, if you look here, that's the true color of the rock face cliffs here, all along here. And here is Watermouth Harbor. And unfortunately, there's not a 3D view of that. I took interest when I saw all the boats that were beached on the sand. Beautiful. Yeah, see? You see all the boats waiting for the tides to come in. The Widmouth Farm cottages. Quintessential British-style villages that I'm used to seeing, especially in these maps. Wow, what a view. Now this area here, with these trees, and just the look of it, this reminds me of Monterey, California. There's the Pacific Coast Highway 1 runs down the coast of California, and is very similar to this. And Monterey also has a very large farming base, and neighboring towns like Salinas over there, very, very, very big on farming. There's a town not too far, it was a neighboring town where I lived in Santa Clara. It was called Gilroy, and they are the largest producer of garlic. And every year when they harvest the garlic, oh, you could smell it for miles. It was actually nauseating at one point. The A399, got a nice coastal road here. I wouldn't even want to know what it would cost to rent a cottage down here on the coast of Sandy Bay. And here we are. You can see some of the farm fields coming up, the grass fields and so forth. Let's have a look right here. Let's see what this says here. Oh, it's a golf club. Of course. No offense to any golfers. I have played my share, but I'm not an avid golfer. But man, if you love to play golf, what a wonderful place to play overlooking this. I mean, come on, that's living. We'll just be nosy people. There we go. Little gateway into a trash heap. But we have flowers. And now we're starting to come back down, but we can see a little bit better of some of the water in the coastline and some of the beach areas. Look at this cottage right here. I mean, wow. You have a big storm, you can see the water comes right up in here. You have your couch floating right out of your lounge. Even though they're on stilts, I'm sure you can get some quite nasty storms. Freshwater bay. I mean, you can see all the rocks are gray, just like in the new map. And this just looks so primeval and ancient over here. How the ocean has just been banging upon these rocks for millennia and just defining the coast. I'm a real geek when it comes to stuff like that. I just love stuff like that. Ancient history and geology, all of it. There's that area, the promenade. So the promenade looks like it has a bit of a tourist visitor center, but it also leads to an area where the shops are that I wanted to show you. I just want to see this over here. I'm curious as, okay, it's just parking. I was wondering what that was. But what a nice time it would be to come down here in the evening, or even at night when the stars are out, and just have a beautiful stroll with someone special along here. Really, really nice. Let's just go down over here. Here, take my camera and take a picture of me leaning against the rail. You're all invited to come on vacation with me here. You have to pay your own way. This is the area that got me, that looked kind of like that road right down by the beach in the map, with all the little row of shops and everything. Right here. This is pretty cool. And there's that visitor center. But I thought this was really awesome. Now there is a bit more, land before you get to the water than there is in the map. But I'm glad David did what he did. Let's go down here a little bit further and have a turnaround. There we go. Now that's a good view right there. So head down to the Shore Road on your Sandy Bay map and compare it to this. Now, of course, the shops look totally different, and that's based on models that are available to put in the game. And also, OxyenDavid did build some of his own models. Look around, see if anybody dropped any money. Wow, look at this here. This looks like, I was trying to see if those are railroad tracks down there, but no, that wouldn't make sense at all. But this looks like a very old bridge. I do hope that they give that some attention soon instead of putting up the wall. But just a very charming place to come and visit. These old buildings here. Beautiful. The Asian Spice. Indian restaurant. Okay. I guess I was expecting, you know, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Thai. Oh, can't go down the alleyway. I probably couldn't fit down there anyway. Have to call the bobbies. Oh, some fat yank got himself stuck between two buildings. Go down and see if you can give him a sip of tea and a scone. He's going to be there a while. Until the Butter Festival. Alright. Here's what I wanted to show you. I was meandering through this part before. I just love these little stone row houses over here. And this is kind of reminiscent of what you'd see along the shore near that filling station, near the petrol station in the map. And please do forgive me. I'm not going to do a back and forth between the map and Google on this one, because I think most all of you have seen what Sandy Bay looks like, both present and Farming Simulator 15 version. So I think you can all share in the knowledge comparing. Now that's really cool. I just love this. This reminds me, there's a building in New York City, and it's a bit bigger than this, but it was, at the time it was built, it was the tallest, what they called a skyscraper, and I think that was in the 1800s, but that was the first of multi-level buildings in New York. And this kind of reminds me of a smaller version of that, and I think the one in New York is red brick. But that was quite an innovation of its time, to have, you know, more than 3 or 4 floors. The little smart car, I love these things. Those are so cool. I think I'd be petrified to be driving in one, because, I mean, if you get even hit by a by a traditional compact car, you get wiped out. But it's actually no bigger than this little rascal scooter over here. It's just got a roof on it. No thanks. So I think we've seen enough of that. So let's meander a little bit here. Look at that. Isn't that just incredible? Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, there's our photographer. And that's really nice too, that you can do this 3D stitching with your smartphone now, so you can contribute to Google, which is awesome. And we've been able to do that for a while. I mean, I've done it a couple times. It's actually pretty cool. Right, so trying to give you a little view of some of the farm areas here. I saw a little something here. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Check that out. Darn. They're not going to invite me in. I don't blame them. But that's pretty cool. There we go. And there's that little farmyard that we were just peering into up there. Wow. Oh, looks like the repair is here. Little roadside assistance. Oh, what's he doing? There he is. What are you doing? Oh, it's got a pitchfork. He's probably like, what are you doing with that car, taking a picture of me? Feeding the sheep. Clearing the way. A little telehandler over here. A little JCB, maybe? Huh? A little Bobcat? Yep, JCB. There you go. A little telehandler. Looks like it chopped off the cutting disc when they stitched it together. But I have to go here. I have to go to this area of England. I mean, it's just incredible. Oh, there we go. Got some silage bales going on over here. And it got the mint green wrap. They like mint green over there too. I know we voted for pink on my channel, but I don't think you're going to find it here. There's those lovely telegraph poles that we all navigate around while we're doing our virtual harvests. There's another view at the gate. There's the beautiful water in the background. Now we're talking. And here's a view of what's called Salton Sands. And I thought this was pretty cool because if you think of it, right down at the other end of the map, like if this was Sandy Bay and you went out and then there would be the big cliff over there, you know, again, down where the petrol station is and the cattle market and all that. But if you came to this side of the map, maybe this is what it would look like if you were walking down through here. But, you know, you can't get there because of there's a collision. Look at that. It's just beautiful. And there is plenty of surfing going on, which is good news because I have an episode planned that we're going to be doing like a little beach party. And we're going to be doing a little camping on the beach as well as farming. But we're going to be doing some camping on the beach and some surfing. I got some great things planned for this map. And we're going to be doing other sporting activities as well. But there you go, guys. I mean, how beautiful is that? All right, folks. So I think I will cut it off here and leave you with this beautiful view. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I try to do things that are a little non-traditional because when you come across some really talented mod authors that come out with some really talented works, I really want people to appreciate and identify with those maps because it's more than just pulling up canola and wheat. There's a whole rich history and there's a lot of heart and soul and memories that go into the making of these maps for a great many mod authors, especially when they're introducing areas in either which they grew up or they've spent a lot of time vacationing or as a child or whatever the situation is. You can tell when somebody puts a lot of heart and thought into something. So thank you very much to OxyenDavid for all your wonderful talents and for allowing me the honor and the privilege of debuting the pre-release version of Sandy Bay to the public. That was quite something else, and I really appreciate that a lot. He's a true gentleman and just a wonderful person. And I thank all of you for tuning in. And I have to say, just a quick footnote, I am fast approaching 2,000 subscribers. And I can't thank all of you enough. And not only that, you guys have said some wonderful, wonderful things about myself and my work. And I appreciate it immensely. I can't even begin to tell you. But really, really, really wonderful group of people you are. It's people like you that restore one's faith in general humanity. And it just goes to show you that you can't look at a population as a whole and just say, oh, people stink. It's not true. There are some wonderful people out there. You got to look at everybody as an individual. And I am very privileged and honored to have over 1,700 individuals associated with my channel, and such kind and sincere people you all are, and I genuinely appreciate it. So thank you very much. So until we meet again, my friends, please live well, play hard, and above all, take great care of yourself, okay? And bye-bye for now.